largest business organization in South Africa. We cover a wide range of sectors across the economy. This is not scientific, but we think that through our members, we cover about 90-95% of the economy. We have members in all sectors, as I've said. For now, it'll probably stay like that for a very long time, excluding the taxi industry and the informal sector, and it's purely a function of this organization, the fact that we are an organization that represents organized business. So we are the voice of business on all matters that affect business. We represent business in NETLEC. NETLEC is our social dialogue platform where all policies, socioeconomic policies are discussed and debated. We exist to advocate for an enabling environment for business. We engage with government bilaterally. We engage with regulators. We go to Parliament to make representations on behalf of business, but we also seek out opportunities for partnerships with various partners, including government, and I will talk a little bit about that. We represent South African business regionally, continentally, and in global employer organizations. We go to all lengths for the business community. Ordinarily, we are very nice people. We will speak nicely and engage nicely, but if it is necessary, we will take you to court. That is as far as we will go if we believe that something is being done that harms business. Why do we do that? It is because there can be no development in this country without the business community. And so making sure that we have an environment that supports businesses to thrive is important for this economy. And so the question is your business that you represent here today associated with BUSA, a member of BUSA? If you don't know, you should go back when you get back and ask this question and say, is our business associated with BUSA? The answer they will give you is that, well, you have to be an association to affiliate to BUSA. You can't join BUSA as an individual company, which is true. And the next question you will ask them is, how else can we be associated with BUSA? Because we would like, and our mission is to mobilize all of business to really be active in the development of this country, active in all matters that are pertinent to the economy. So that's the advert part of it. Now, we are asked to talk about the role of business in influencing investment decisions, attracting investments and all of that. Firstly, narrative matters. We know that our country faces a number of challenges. I could just spend all the time, limited time that I have here, just talking about challenges, and you would all applause, but in fact that would not help. But let me remind you, our economy has not grown for more than 2% in over a decade. Without a growing economy, you just simply cannot have development, you cannot improve the lives of people. And so we advocate strongly for policies that support economic growth, accelerated growth. And so you can see that we face an uphill battle because of what we are facing. There is, of course, unemployment, in particular youth unemployment, and these are matters that require our urgent attention as leaders and as a society. Because our economy has not been growing, it's been a deterioration of living standards, people. There are high levels of crime, corruption, the murder of people, especially people in finance, audit, forensic, and such compliance professionals. We should be very angry about this. We should make our voice very loud about the fact that not in this country. We just cannot allow that to happen. It goes against everything we stand for. The levels of corruption also distort incentives in society because, so young people could either look at me and say, that fellow drives a very old car, and look at somebody who looted Tembisa Hospital, right? And say, why should I not have that? And so we need to teach, we need to promote ethics in this country, hard work, and corruption goes against all of that. It sets us back, and this is why we need to use every opportunity and every platform to make it known that we do not want to live in a corrupt society. We do not want to live in a society where people carry heavy guns everywhere they go. I had an incident where just going into a bathroom in one of the malls, suddenly somebody walks in with 3 people carrying heavy guns just to watch him pee, right? This is what we are becoming as this country. We cannot allow that. As professionals and as everybody, we need to speak up against that. So yes, we face these challenges. We face challenges of crumbling infrastructure, and we are victims of that. When traffic lights don't work, I didn't have a shower this morning, so no hugs today because I didn't have a shower this morning. There was no water. These are the challenges that we face. And of course, transport and logistics issues have in fact caused many, many job losses in this economy. And this is all because of failing infrastructure. At the heart of these things is governance failures, resulting in many institutions in distress, deteriorating public finances, and we have been in sub-investment grade for a very long time. And all of these is a function of governance failures. But that's not all that South Africa is. In many ways, we're turning the corner because since about 2018, there's really been a concerted effort at trying to implement structural reforms which are necessary to creating platforms for growth. We also have a commitment to a stable macroeconomic framework. We have seen some improvements in energy. We are seeing improvements in the performance of the rail system, the ports, and yay, if all goes well, according to plan, we will exit the FATF grey list this year. This is all because of the efforts that are being made by various actors. And so the true story is we are a country facing massive challenges, but we're also a country that is working to fix those challenges. Just over the next 3 years, R1 trillion plus will be allocated to public infrastructure overseen by National Treasury. The JSE FTSE Top 40 Index has increased by about 25% from January to August this year, and it's been outperforming the S&P 500 and similar indices. Lending and investment banking activity has also increased, which tells us that something positive is happening in the economy, right? As business, we work with other like-minded people, entities. We collaborate with government as well. 3 years ago, when we were at the height of load shedding, when you would have load shedding of 4 hours twice a day, a situation that makes it impossible to do any production, makes it impossible to plan anything, we decided to approach government and say, hey, let's put our hands together. Let's work together to address these challenges. It's been hard, but it's also been fulfilling, because without declaring victory too early, but we actually are now out of what is called structural load shedding, by which we mean load shedding that is a result of inadequate generation capacity. On the generation side, ESCOM now generates enough electricity, of course supplemented by the renewable energy industry. So structural load shedding is not our problem. You will still experience darkness because there's infrastructure failures on the distribution infrastructure. But when that happens, it's not because we cannot generate enough electricity. It's because we have not invested in maintaining our distribution infrastructure. Transport and logistics is part of the areas where we have partnered with government. 3 years ago, the forecast was that Transnet would move only 149 million tons that year, down from a 200 million tons high of 2017-2018. So we were in serious trouble. The partnership has led to a situation where over the past couple of years there have been improvement, not shooting the lights, but improvements nonetheless, where we now, in a year recently completed, Transnet was able to move 162 million tons per year. Of course, we need over 200 million tons to get the economy going and stop job losses. The crime and corruption side of things, it's very hard. What's playing out in the Matlanga Commission and in Parliament is telling us that there's a problem, right? But if we work together, that too we can address. We've been working together with government on the piece that relates to efforts necessary to exit the grey list, and as I've said, all indications are that we will exit the grey list this year. We have a stream in our partnership with government that looks at the issue of youth employment. Early days, but we have agreed a program where, together with government, that we can use to really accelerate programs to address youth unemployment. I have to say, though, that the long-term solution to that is growing the economy at levels above 3%. So water is our next issue that, as part of the reform agenda of Operation Vulindlela, will receive attention, and we are also looking at how we can support municipalities, starting with the city of Joburg, the largest, the biggest city on the African continent, which is in an ICU, not because it has no resources, not because it doesn't have the skills and the wherewithal, it is because of poor governance. Why are so many of you and many other professionals not there supporting the city of Joburg? It's purely because how the city is governed, nobody would want to be associated with this. So at the heart of our problems is governance, and we want to address those and make it such that you can all want to join these entities and make them work again. Because when they work, they make it possible for people to actually enjoy a better life and not have to pay for private services, which then increases and puts pressure on household incomes. So the story of South Africa is one of serious challenges, but it is also a story of, certainly from the business community, an engaged business community that says, we're here, we want to be part of the solution, and I want to recruit all of you. Individually, your companies to be part of this movement that says this is our country. We will do everything to fix it. We will play our part in fixing this country. Thank you.